department.
Okay.
Because customers are everything. If you don't look after them today, there'll be no one to listen to you and sell your
Yes.
products to tomorrow.
And there are people who think, oh, Dashan, I mean, just because you're the son of, Mahesh Chandaria, who's your dad, I mean, it was so easy for you. How do you deal with such people who think that, you just got it on a silver platter?
When they deal with me, when they interact with me, when we do business, I think they realize there's something more to this young man than just, who was just given a golden plate, who was
Okay.
just said, okay, look, here's the business, run it,
All
do
right.
what you want. And I have had to sacrifice a lot of things the young people grew up doing.
All right.
Honestly, like I've had to sacrifice weekends, evenings, even today. I mean, I would work easily a 12-hour day.
Really?
Yeah.
So how's your day like? I mean, what time do you get to the office? And because you're CEO, do you leave a bit, at 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. sometimes?
I wish.
Okay.
I absolutely wish. But my day varies, honestly. Look, I can start anywhere from 7 a.m.,
Okay.
8, and sometimes it's even 9 o'clock when I get into the office. But on average, I don't leave before 7:30 in the evening.
Oh.
Yeah, and if there's meetings, board meetings, meetings outside the office, I often have dinner meetings. I find evenings a bit more relaxed. The phone isn't ringing. There isn't somebody at the office waiting to see you. So it goes on, sometimes 10, 11 o'clock.
And do you think that, since you took leadership of the group, do you think that the things that have improved, is there anything that you can say you've been able to achieve?
Should probably ask my staff that question.
But since you're here.
But no, I think, look, honestly, what I've tried to do is professionalize operations. There's a number of ways we've done this. We've tried to build strong teams. We've become more effective, I would say, at delegating. We are empowering people more. We're training, developing, mentoring, coaching internally. I'm not just building tomorrow's team, next year's team.
All
I'm
right.
looking at building the team for the next 5-7 years. So
Okay.
I'm always identifying talent. I've invested heavily on technology across it. That just doesn't mean our IT processes in terms of the way the office runs, the operating systems, but across our
Right.
processes, across our manufacturing operations. I'm trying to automate them more. We have to adopt it, and we have to become smarter.
Okay.
At the way we do things.
All right, and one of the things that is evident is that somebody gave you an opportunity. Do you think the youth in Kenya today are given opportunities, to showcase themselves enough? And I also want you to answer the question that, being from the Asian community, they're well known to be, to support each other as families, something that is not usually the case when it comes to other communities, even African communities. Some other Kenyan communities were not really used to helping each other, but it's always so individual, like me and my nuclear family. But for you guys, it seems like, that really helps to get that family support.
So that was a couple of questions in one, but I'll try and answer them. I know.
Yeah.
But I think, look, in terms of opportunities, and I'm a strong believer of this, a true entrepreneur will find a way to prove their concept.
Okay.
Even if it is just to sell a single unit of a product, even if it is just to sell to a single client a service. And I think once they've done that, they have proved the first stage of a mental barrier, the first stage of the real difficulty in getting into the real world. And I think from that point on, I would look at someone and say, now, how can I mentor you? What can we do together?
All right. So they have to get, first of all, through that first stage.
Absolutely.
But the thing about that is that many young people do not have the capital to even, get a product out.
And that's why I'm saying a true entrepreneur will always find a way. I'll tell you, now, yes, look, I'm sitting in an important position in one of the biggest groups, privately owned groups in East Africa. Chandaria Industries is one of the biggest privately owned companies. But I just founded Chandaria Properties. I'm just in the process of founding Chandaria Capital, and I am funding it with my own money. That's the rules and regulations of the family structure. Until it gets to a certain size, until I can take money from the banks, financial institutions, borrow money, I have to finance it myself.
And so, for a young Kenyan who's listening right now, loans, are they the best way to go about when you're trying to get capital to start your business?
There's a big difference in terms of taking debt into your business, so a loan, and selling equity in your business. A lot of people become very desperate. They become very short-sighted and they say, look, I want to do whatever it takes to get that money into my business. Sometimes you genuinely don't have an option. I agree. But when you sell equity, you have to understand you're selling a stake of your ownership.
Yes.
You're selling a right of ownership to somebody.
Yes.
Somebody who has a right to come into your business and start asking questions, start demanding things. Because a significant minority is anything up to 25%. After that, they get a board seat. And as long as you own 51% of your business, you're in relative control. But for most important decisions to pass, you have to own 75% of your company.
Okay.
With debt, you pay it back. The bank is only a stakeholder. They're only interested in your business to make sure you can pay back. Pay back with their interest, and that you're not going to be a non-performing account, and you're not going to be a business going to go bankrupt. You're not going to run away with their money.
Yes.
So significant differences between the two, and I think entrepreneurs and SMEs must take time to understand the difference before choosing one or the other.
All right. Let's now go back to the question about family.
Yeah, sure.
That was the other heavy one. That Asian communities really support each other, and they kind of like keep wealth inside the family so that we are all rising together. But it's also a bit different, from other communities where it's just me, myself, and my nuclear family. Do you think, the fact that, Asian communities help each other has also, gotten, a company like Chandaria Group to where it is?
So I like to answer this question in a slightly different way. I think as young people coming in, with globalization happening everywhere, right? Where information is at our fingertips. Businesses have to be run on processes and systems, not people.
Okay.
So the issue often becomes the founder grows a business to a certain size and then feels like they are the business. It's very difficult for them to let go of control, power, responsibilities because they're emotionally attached.
Right.
So a point has to come where you decide, okay, the business isn't going to be about the person because what happens to that person, God forbid, isn't there tomorrow. So you have to put in processes and systems and things like family constitutions, family structures.
Family constitution.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Family constitutions. And you can never have the best constitution. It's a continuously improving process. You have to keep improving your constitution. But as long as you start with one, with basic guidelines, rules and principles, that's a good start.
All right.
The second really important part is every family member must respect that. Every family member must respect the fact that they don't get a role in the business. They don't get a salary. They don't get a shareholding just because they're family.
Okay.
You have to prove that you're worth it. You have
Alright.
to prove that you'll make a difference.
All right.
And in our family, it was never, me and my brother always had an option. It was never just, okay, guys, Dad says, this is our business. Come in, jump on.
Yes.
This is your positions. These are your salaries. This is the shareholding you get. No, we have had to work for it. We've had to prove that we are capable of running this business and taking it to the next level.
All right, I like that. And we'll continue with this conversation. But for now, I also want us to walk to the news center.
All right.
And see if you can anchor as well as you speak and as well as you lead. Chandaria.
The most exciting part, right?
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, just hold it. Okay, there you go. This is the most exciting part, I guess. So you can have a seat there.
Yeah, sure.
You can have a seat there. And of course, you'll be talking to us about, how you're also mentoring young people.
Sure.
You're in a TV show right now and we'd like to hear how that is going for you. All right?
That's later, right?
That's later.
And that's easier.
That's
This is
easy.
probably a bit more difficult. So let me concentrate on this right now. Yeah.
He's super stressed. All right, so there you go. So you can see clearly? Yeah?
I think so.
Don't doubt yourself.
Okay.
Come on now.
Should I try?
So, Innocent, please take him slowly because he's trying out this for the first time, like every other guest anchor. So, introduce yourself and then take it away. And in case that doesn't work out for you, you can use this. But we want to see your face, so you face camera too. Start by introducing yourself.